Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing really, really well today. I am Michelle Legaly. I am the creator of the Empaths and Sensitive Facebook group and the creator of the Inner Work Life Coaching Certification and Business Academy. And I'm also the creator of Inner Work Circle and lots of different things. I love to help women become excellent life coaches, build their profitable coaching businesses. That is like the thing in my heart these days. And I just love it. I do these lives every single week. I try to. And why do I do it? I want you to take these. I do a lot of coaching. I get a lot of coaching and do a lot of coaching. I am passionate about it. There's nothing greater that I've done in my life for my own personal growth and development, except building my business. That was my biggest growth. But anytime I get a chance to learn from someone new, I love learning. I love implementing other people's ideas into my life and to see how it can change my life. I think that's probably the biggest reason why I'm here. I want to give you ideas. Number one, for you to try on in your own life to see if your own life gets better, if you want that. And also, you can even take these tools and try them if you're already a coach, a life coach, or transformational coach, inner work coach, whatever you want to call yourself, healer, helper, light worker. You take these tools and use them with your own clients and get some feedback. Like I say to my own clients, I'm going to try something with you that I've been working on in my own life and tell me if this works for you. Like, okay, I'll try not to give any details about, anybody else's life, but I've been doing something in my own life since about June, and it has transformed my life. Then I had my adult children do it and saw a change in their life. And then one of my private clients, I convinced her that she had to try this. She's now seen the transformation in her life, and then now her daughter's doing it. So like when I get a tool, I use it and spread it to the world. This tool is so amazing. I'm probably going to end up doing a podcast around it and getting some. I don't have enough information to talk about it intelligently yet. Just my own experience. Okay, today is all about you are not your problems. I thought everyone knew this. I live half my life knowing this, and then I also realized as I practiced for today, there's a part of me that becomes unconscious to this truth. Okay, so here's how it goes. Most people, not most, the ones that show up in my life, a lot of us start to associate our identity becomes enmeshed in the circumstances of our life. Oh yeah, if you're here with me live, please say hi in the chat. I'd love to say hi back to you. Thank you for who just said hello. I can't see everyone. I use this thing called StreamYard. If you don't click that button and let StreamYard see your name, then I can't see your name. And if you don't want to do that, that's okay. I can just see it says Facebook user and I can say hello back to you. Okay, you are not your problems. We forget to think about this. Like, this is why it's coming up. When I work with my private clients, sometimes even in a group setting, and I'm helping someone work through a circumstance in their life. So we're all humans. We're all having experiences as humans. We all have a lot of circumstances in our life. A lot of it seems to be out of our control, right? Like anything outside of us that's happening in our family, in our lives, in our environments, those things seem to be out of our control. And the only thing we really have control of is our own thoughts and our own feelings and our own minds and our own actions, reactions. And I'm starting to believe I have control over the results in my life too. It's a new thought I'm thinking. I'll share that another day. But what starts to happen unconsciously is that when we have a circumstance in our life, I'll call this kind of circumstance what we might call a problem in our life. If it's been around long enough, we start to associate to it. Our identity becomes connected to it. Does that make sense? Hi, Patty. And it even happened to me recently. Even though I try to stay awake to this, I had a hip leg injury about 4 weeks ago. Now that's like a circumstance, right? Or a problem. I couldn't walk very well. I couldn't sleep because of the pain. I needed to go to the emergency room eventually. And then I had to go to physical therapy, blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes with an injury. So that became a problem. Now I noticed as I was getting ready for this class, You Are Not Your Problem, I could use this example of my hip leg issue, my 4-week. And I wake up in the morning, I call it my leg problem. I go to sleep at night and have to deal with my leg problem. I can see that my leg issue problem is starting to enmesh in my personality. So I have to stay conscious in the morning now, and I have to go, there's you, Michelle. And then there's this leg issue you're healing. That's it. They're two separate things. There's you, Michelle Legaly, the human, awesome spirit, all of us the same. And then there's Michelle that's dealing with healing with the leg. Does that make sense? Okay, someone just said, I became a type 1 diabetic at 58. It seemed to take over me. I was a diabetic, not Suzanne anymore. I get it now. Good, Suzanne, you're giving me chills. This is your work. If you're willing, this is how I'm doing it. You want to get up every morning. You might even want to set your timer on your phone a few times a day and disconnect. Suzanne, the beautiful human being, the beautiful spirit that came to this earth, your love, your heart, your everything. You're like, tap into that. That part of you just can't be touched by any circumstance. You sit in that. That's the real you. And then it's okay to look at type 1 diabetes and just say, how am I healing this? What do I want to do for myself today? How do I want to feel about this? How do I want to move forward with this information and what I'm dealing with? There's something so important with keeping them disconnected, I think. What do you think about this idea? We don't want to identify with the problems because you really aren't those problems. It's part of the circumstances, the unpredictable circumstances in our lives that are happening to all of us. And I want you to stay true to the truth. I want you to keep grounding yourself into your awesomeness. You are an amazing human being that chose to be here on earth right now for whatever reason. And I want you to tap into that first, and then go ahead and start to look at the unpredictable circumstances that you might be calling problems. It's a game changer. How I'm seeing the world, how I'm seeing my leg, how Suzanne's going to see the type 1 diabetes, all of it. It's going to change the game for us. Okay, last thing I want to say about this. And the reason I'm bringing it up, because it just happened with one of my clients, where we were working on a circumstance in her life. And all I can do with someone that's having a circumstance in their life that's very triggering to them is to work on processing the trigger. That's all we do with the inner work. Not all, but it's the main thing we do with the inner work. All I can do is keep helping her process. And one day she opened her eyes and she said, it's weird. This thing isn't me. I see that now. It's not me. This thing, it's not me. And when it clicked with me, I'm like, of course it's not you. I didn't realize that you thought it was you. You are an amazing human being. And this is a circumstance. And when she started to see the difference between it, she was so enmeshed in it. And now it was like it changed her perspective and it changed the circumstance. And I believe it's true for all of us that we can do this. Another client, again, I don't want to give anyone's personal information, but I had been working with her she had bought a 3-month program, 3-month package, and it was towards maybe the end of the second month. She didn't use all of her sessions, and she said she didn't need to, because as soon as she realized she wasn't this OCD thing that she had been participating in, as soon as it clicked in her mind that it wasn't her, she didn't have it anymore. And it just blew my mind. And I want you to start thinking about in your life how you might be meshing your identity, your amazing soul, having a human experience. That thing can't be touched. It's just 100%. I could cry thinking about that part of me and you. That can't ever be touched, no matter what life brings us. So I want you to tap into that first and just remember that about yourself and feel that feeling of it just can't be touched. Nothing you've ever done, nothing you'll ever do, nothing anyone's done to you could ever touch that part of you. I want you to tap into that. Get grounded and remind yourself of that. Feel that truth, and it will blow you away like it blows me away. And then bring in the circumstances, the things that we might call problems. Even bring in the amazing circumstances if you want to. Bring it all in as you sit in that grounded truth of yourself. You are none of those unpredictable circumstances that we might call problems. You are not those. And I want you to remember that every single day. If you're someone who works with clients, try this with them. Remind them, you're not this thing. This thing is coming into your life and you're going to get an amazing experience out of it, even though it doesn't feel like it. We're going to learn and grow as human beings from it, but it's not us. And I'm not saying I'm not saying this that we bury our heads in the sand around our leg injuries, diabetes, weight, death, mourning, grief, whatever the circumstances are bringing you. I'm not saying let's bury our heads. I'm saying let's get grounded in the truth of who we are first. And then let's open our eyes from that grounded space and address the circumstances. And I always see my problems or unpredictable circumstances as these are the things I'm going to learn and grow and heal from this as a human being. This is why I came here. I came here to learn and grow and develop. And I'm getting this opportunity in the form of a problem to do some form of inner work around it. This is how I see it. Does that make sense? And would that way of thinking help you? Okay, someone says, makes so much sense. Excellent. Teresa, good to see you. She said, very powerful. Good. And then someone else says, this is amazingly eye-opening. Good. And you know what the funny thing is? I'm a lady who teaches this, but for 4 weeks with my hip issue, I forgot. I fell asleep to this truth. And it wasn't until I had a client that she said to me, Michelle, it really hit home. I'm not this problem. And I thought, oh yeah, I'm not this problem either. I fell asleep to it again. So don't beat yourself up if you fall asleep to this truth. The only way I know how to stay awake to these truths is every morning I write in my notebook, and I've just added it to, right now I just put, you are not your problems. And it just reminds me to get back into my grounded, we are spirits having a human experience, and I tap into my soul, my spirit, and it just feels like a child, light, sparkly, effervescent. I can just feel it can't be touched. I tap into that first, and then I open my eyes and look at my human life and what decisions do I want to make? How do I want to feel about things? How do I want to show up? And I ask myself all those questions. Okay, I hope this was helpful today. Try it. Use it for yourself. It will change your life. It'll change your attitude. We are not the unpredictable circumstances in our human life. We are not it. We get to control what we think of those things. We get to control how we feel about those things. We get to control our actions around those circumstances. We get to control our reactions. And I think we even get to control the results. I'm still working on that piece in my own life, but I'm seeing that can be true also. And I'll share more as I learn. I hope that's helpful. Have a great day, and I will see you all next week.